Okay,
Here we are.
Lao Doufu here, and I'm here with my good friend Nathan.
Hello.
And on my last trip, I also interviewed him in Jay's hometown.
Yeah.
And we've been having a great time together this week. And he has shown me some great Chinese food. So today is my chance to show him some American food.
Wow.
So we got hamburger. Did you like the hamburger?
Of course. So delicious and so big.
And then we have fish and chips, is actually from England, but a lot of Irish pubs in America also serve it.
Definitely a Western style of food, right?
Yes, and then also my son plays in an Irish band, and so I've eaten a lot of fish and chips. I really like it.
Yeah.
And then also we had Parmesan chicken.
Chicken breast.
But Parmesan chicken, I think, comes from Italy.
Kind of, yes. It's like kind of like food in the United States, which evolved through like the Italian-American tradition.
Yeah. Okay. And so that was very good. And then we also had chili cheese fries.
Amazing.
So it's American style fries that are very crispy on the outside and then soft on the inside. And then they put chili. I don't know where that comes from. Maybe America, but it's ground beef, and then they put a jalapeno peppers and a lot of pepper in it to make it spicy, and beans
and bacon.
And that's what chili is. So they put the chili on top. And they added bacon and cheese and jalapenos.
So there is a Mexican influence.
Oh,
probably.
yes, probably.
Yeah.
You know what? It probably is originally a Mexican dish.
Yeah, or maybe across the border, like Texas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We also have a food called Tex-Mex.
Okay.
And
which
so
is a mix, right?
It's a mix of, in Tex, they say Tex-Mex for Texas and Mexico, because they eat it in Texas, where it's kind of half American food, half Mexican food.
I see.
So you have to come and try it. And you guys have to come visit sometime.
Yes, definitely.
But anyway, so I asked Nathan if I could interview him today because he is a guest lecturer from Italy, but he works with a college in Switzerland, right?
Austria.
Austria, and they have an exchange program with China for some of the universities. And
a bilateral program.
A bilateral. Well, he uses big English words that I don't understand.
Yeah, because exchange program may mean another thing.
You're
right. Just have exchange of students.
Right, yes, it's a bilateral commission. But anyway, and then also, I think 2 weeks ago, he went and was a guest lecturer in, not Malaysia.
Vietnam.
In Vietnam.
Yes.
And I've never been to Vietnam, but that's very cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, Nathan, please, that was my introduction for you.
Okay,
now please introduce yourself.
Okay. As you know, this is not the first time that we meet each other. I was very happy to meet Dan and all his beautiful family during Ari and Jay's wedding.
He was in Jay's wedding.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience, and I remember that I cried a lot when I look at Jay and Ari in that special moment. You cried, but I also cried at that.
Okay, but in America, real men don't cry.
I know, but in that special occasions, even if you're a real man, you do cry.
Okay. Now I'm actually thinking
very moved.
It was very beautiful.
And in these days, I was really, really happy to welcome my dear friend Dan here in Sanya, because in that occasion, I had the chance to tell him about Sanya, about this wonderful city in the south part of China.
Yeah.
And then he said, perhaps one day I will come to visit you. And he did. He is here with us. These days were very special for us. I let him try some typical Chinese food and typical Hainanese food from Hainan province, because actually we are in the south part of this big island in the South China Sea, which was part of Guangdong province. So actually, Hainan became an independent province with regard to Guangdong province in 1988. So it's the it's really recent as a project.
Yeah,
province
that's relatively
administrative
new.
division. And the city is wonderful because it has a wonderful climate. We are in the tropical zone, close to Vietnam, and the weather is really wonderful all over the year. As for my job, because Dan introduced something about my job before, I've been working for Hainan Tropical Ocean University in Sanya since 2013.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
so
that's-
I've been member of the faculty
years.
for 11 years.
yeah.
I started working in 2013, and in 2014, so the day after, I joined this bilateral program with IMC France, which is a university in Austria. And since then, I've been working for this transnational bilateral program. And I teach economics, business management, and law-related courses to Chinese students mainly.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Just to mention one thing too, I thought it was so interesting that he gives his lectures in English.
Yeah. So you can imagine that in my head there is a mess. Italian language, English language, Chinese language, and a little bit of other languages inside sometimes. So they have conflict. Sometimes I feel very tired, but really. Now I have to admit I use English like my first language.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so when I come back to Italy, sometimes I need to have like 2 or 3 days in which I have to eat up because using your language or
Oh,
not
yeah.
using your language for a long time may create a little bit problem. But after 2 or 3 days,
Yeah.
I return in the usual.
Well, also, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Oh man, my morning coffee. Oh, this is great. I was going to say I have the same thing
Yeah,
because when I travel, I used to travel quite a bit in about 32 countries, and so I speak English differently when I'm
In the country
in
you
the countries I visit because I speak. I try to speak in more simple words that
so that they can understand.
yeah, because I don't speak any foreign languages. And then when I go back to America, people look at me and say, "Dan, why are you talking like that?"
Are you joking?
so it takes me a couple. And then I'm not used to hearing American English.
Yeah.
I'm used to hearing foreign people with a foreign accent.
Yeah.
And every country speaks English with a little bit different accent.
Definitely.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, especially in Europe, of course.
Yeah, Europe,
Wow.
but even in China, the way that they speak English, there's just certain vowels that they pronounce differently than
Then
foreigner
Malaysia,
and different.
Vietnam, yes, and other countries. Yes.
That's interesting. And it's probably associated with how they're used to speaking their native language.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
some languages are very low.
Yeah, very low,
Some are
very
very
high.
high.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
but Chinese is the most musical
yeah.
that I've ever heard.
5 tones,
5 totally go.
considering also the neutral.
So when I try to say a Chinese word, I don't try to say it. I try to sing it.
Yeah.
So it sounds funny if a girl says to me, "Ni hao," I try to say, "Ni hao." I mean, I try
You
to say
copy the tone, right? Like a beautiful song.
Or
yes.
maybe I transpose it a little bit lower, but
But I fully agree with you. Chinese is a really wonderful language. It's like a musical language.
yes,
There is
it
a
really
rhythm.
is. Yes. So what is when you're teaching economics,
Yeah.
do you teach global economics or what kind of economics do you teach?
I normally teach microeconomics and macroeconomics. So we discuss like economic models of short, medium, and long run. And then in terms of microeconomic subjects, we normally deal with the consumer demand theory, production theory, and game theory. So a lot of theory that, by the way, were developed in the United States, like the
Okay.
game theory. Yeah. And then for the other courses related to law, I mainly teach international law and international business law.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Because the objective is to provide the students with tools and instruments that they can implement when they will start working.
Yeah.
In a globalized environment. Because many of them they stay in China after graduation,
Yeah.
but many of them they also go abroad and they find a job
Yeah.
in another country. Yeah. Very interesting. And Chinese students are very, very hard workers.
Yes, that's one thing I know about
Yeah.
China. They take education very seriously.
Yeah, and it is something that I really like the most.
So in one of your, I'll wait till that truck goes by. In one of your courses,
Yeah.
how many lectures will you give, or how long is it, like over a 2-month period?
So I teach in both the summer term and the winter term.
Okay.
And normally both the terms have 14 weeks. So a course may have 28 class units.
Okay,
So
I'm
we
still
have like
working out 14 weeks.
Yeah,
That
the
into
start-
months.
yeah,
That's
starting-
3.5 months.
yes,
Oh,
we
okay.
start in September and then in the middle of December
Yeah.
we end the lectures, and then we give the students some like 1 or 2 weeks to prepare for the final exam, which will take place during the examination week at the beginning of January.
Okay.
Yeah. This is for the winter term, and the summer term is still made up of like 14 weeks. So March, April, May, and in the middle of June we have the exams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because he's the one that told me, I said, when's the best time,
Yeah.
client temperature-wise, to come to Sanya? And he was the one that told me to come here in, what month did I come?
October, September.
October, yeah.
Also winter time here in Sanya and in general in the Hainan province is wonderful. No wonder there are a lot of people coming from the northeast and the north part of the country.
Yeah.
Especially if they are old, they
yes.
come here to spend the winter. In Chinese it's called guodong. They come here to spend the winter.
In America, we call that the old people that go to Florida.
Yeah.
We call them snowbirds.
Yeah.
When it snows in their country, then they go down to
Yeah.
the warm
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
So, do we have any? I don't know if we have any questions. Are you interested in hearing if
course,
there's any
please.
questions from our live stream?
Yeah, please.
I have friend ask, where are you, Lao Dou?
Where am I? I am in Sanya. I know. Here's how you say it. Hainan, Sanya, China.
Yes.
And
Or maybe we
also,
should say China, Hainan, Sanya.
I
The Chinese
realized
way.
that right before I said it. Yeah, that's good.
Or Sanya, Hainan, China. Yeah.
and then also curious, who is the cameraman?
Oh,
secret.
it's
We have
a
an
secret.
assistant today.
Yes, we do have an assistant.
Yes. Other questions? maybe?
Also have friends
Yeah.
come from Hong Kong. Also have
Wow.
friends come
Oh,
Foshan, say hi
hello,
to you.
Hong Kong.
Hello. Chinese friends from all over the country.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I don't know if you can share that. You can share that you're on this phone.
Of course. Yeah.
All right, now something really interesting to me.
Yeah.
That he's gonna go back to Italy for a little bit,
Yeah.
and when he comes back, he's gonna have someone very special with him. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. I organized to let my mom come back to China with me this time. Actually, it will not be her first time in China.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, as I told you, I've been staying in China for the past 12 years, 13 years. So my mom came in 2015, and at that time we spent the Christmas time,
Yeah.
and also the Chinese New Year Chunjie with her here in Sanya. So it will be a great opportunity for her to check the changes of
Oh,
the
wow.
city after almost 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And considering that at that time in Italy the weather would be a little bit cold, well, not as cold as in the north part of China, but still a little bit cool, around 1 or 2 degrees.
Yeah.
I prefer her to stay here
Yeah.
because the weather is much more calm.
So is it going to be cold in December in Italy?
Yeah, not very cold, but definitely not warm.
Okay.
So I organized to let her come here and stay with me around 1.5 months.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
when I come back in March, maybe I can meet her.
Maybe, yes, that would
If
be
she's still
wonderful.
here.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if there's no more questions, is there any other comments that you want to make to my internet friends?
You are also very welcome to come to visit Sanya and Hainan province. Actually, this time I have a little regret that we don't have enough time to go to other cities here in Hainan province.
Yeah.
But you told me that it will not be your last time here.
No. No, I'm planning on coming
Please.
in March.
Do come.
Plans change, but that's the plan right now.
Do come, and if you will have the chance, also bring Lynette with you.
Yeah, that would be great.
We'll be so happy to have you
Yeah.
both here. And we will organize also trips in the center of the highland, Ujishan city. Maybe we can also organize a trip to Haiko, which is in the north part of the island. But anyway, this island is really wonderful because each city has its own characteristics,
Yes.
its own attractions.
Yes.
So, looking
Okay.
forward to having you here
Well,
again.
thank you so much.
You are very
I
welcome.
appreciate it. It's been wonderful
Yeah.
staying here with you. And I hope you can take this food home
We
because
will.
we can't eat it all.
And as I said before, this food will be enough for 1 week. So
Okay.
thank you very
All
much.
right. Thank you. And you guys, love you, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Let's see. Yeah, turn it off. How do I do that? I never know how to turn it off.